Next speaker, and after her, I promise we will make a brief intermission. As for our next speaker, she is telling us now she's concluding the sustainability segment by telling us why infrastructure is so incredibly important for digital and especially sustainable assets. Please welcome with me Sarah Rentschler-Gerloff from DXC Technology. Hey, there's your microphone.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Hello together. Yeah, I'm from DXC Technology, and at the end of the day, I will say, I will speak a little bit. Let me say, we heard a lot of innovations, proposals and all this stuff, but we need for this, we need infrastructure. We don't have to forget this. But let me first give you a little bit an overview where DXC is, because in the last days, a lot of people ask me, where do you work? Who are DXC, right? I go a little bit over this slide here, DXC. We are a very big IT providing company. But not only IT, we have also vertical layers in a lot of industry. So maybe for automotive, for banking, in capital markets like me, and also for insurance, for health and food, and a lot of other ones. So we are more than 130,000 employees around the world, means around 70 countries. That means if I look in a layer like the banking capital markets, we have here like an ecosystem inside our concern. So we have a lot of subsidiaries, we have, let me say, a lot of solutions regarding for all the processes, what we need for to building blockchain capabilities, blockchain projects, and to support, for example, sustainability. But what I will speak here today is maybe what we need for sustainable and digital assets. I have painted here, so this is our, let me say, the word cloud on the words what I get from the last month, the last years, regarding to developing for several blockchain projects and supporting to bring this in production. Sustainability means we need little energy, but we need also, we have heard it in the presentations before, we need DAOs. We need interoperability, because we have heard I will create a chain which we exchange data. So how should they work? Because I have transport this data, but this data is not only on the blockchain, this is also in other data container, in other backend system, maybe on the host. Yeah. And also, the distributed infrastructure is very important for that. And the most, what I got on polls, on the last one was on the blockchains in Hamburg, I got on a poll, what I have started, it should be easy to use. Let us look at it. So in this picture, we see, let me say, the standard architecture of what we talk about here. So this is an act between the regulation, and we have a balancing regarding for all the requests, for all the challenges with infrastructure. On the top, you see our digital assets, crypto assets. So we have to bring this from a real asset in a tokenization. We have to commercialize this. We have to distribute this. We have to deploy this on market, on exchange, and all this stuff. And at the end, we need a custody that we can save the private keys in the data. And for this, we need the infrastructure, but not only the blockchain infrastructure, we need also the on-chain, off-chain components. We need the backend systems as well. The point is, the pressure what we got, on one hand from the regulatory, the other pressure what we got from, let me say, the market regarding to sustainability. That means here we need very quick and flexible environments. And not only in the technology we need, is also in the skills. This is one research what Gartner has started in the year 2020. Maybe it's 2 years ago, but I can believe you, we have the same challenge with the same issue. Only 13% of the enterprise blockchain projects moved into production. As I said, it's only in the 2020 here, the research, but based on my experience, we have the same situation in the year 2020. Why this is so? So if we create a blockchain project, or we start with a blockchain project, normally we started with an agile method. We start with a use case, we start then with a business case, and then we go to a POC, the proof of concept. Maybe at these 3 stages, everything is okay, everything is fine. And then we will go to the production and we'll see, oh, oops, the banking capital market fields, I need a regulatory environment. That means I must bring this to on-premise. And the structure what I have created in the pilot, in the POCs, it never works in the on-premise because I need another structure. I have to start a compliance process regarding to the structures. I have to run risk procedures and all this stuff. And for these 3 layers, we need 9 by 15 months. And let us look on the time pressure what we have. So we have heard a lot of things here regarding to we need to reduce our CO2 consumption, for example. So, and we have the whole world is one race. It's running and running and running. But then I must ask me 9 by 15 months, and then maybe I go to fail. Why I go to fail? From this 80–60% which we have to fail, we have one of them, we can see the business coding skill is failing. We have the practical issues. In the end, we're stuck in the experience in high costs. And that means at the end from a POC, the stakeholder said, oh, you don't reach the goal, what we have decided, what we have discussed, and what you give me the promise, and so I kill the project. Skills fail means only 1% of coders and business analysts are really trained in blockchain technology or in distributed business. What you can do, you can build an in-house team, but it takes a long time. You have to train the people. You have to pay the people for this training with a business as you have. You can buy external talents. So we hope you do this. Yeah? But you create dependencies. And you can also buy an application. You can invite and participate on a consortia, for example. This is, let me say, the most way what we see in the last years. But they have also then not this flexibility maybe what you need. So the organizations have only 1 in 7 chance to success get a blockchain-based use case in production. If I look on the race in the world, it's not a good position. Yeah, so maybe you lose speed regarding to your business. What are the issues here? So on one hand, you have built an infrastructure for a blockchain or a DLT projects. That is similar, you have to build a data center. Well, not only the infrastructure, you have also to build, let me say, the technology environment, you have built the skills, you have also looked for that you create then all the monitoring software, what you need and all this stuff. Also, you need the business skills that understand the business regarding to the distributed world. The next one issue what we see and what we have is that you have to build a use case. That means here we have the same situation as you have to build a data center. Maybe you don't have the right skills, you don't have the, then you don't have the right results, and that takes a lot of risk. Like the Ronnie network. The Ronnie network, for 2 years, they have lost $624 million in 6 days regarding the structure has had leaks, regarding to securities, to lose data, and so on. And that means the case where you have to create, normally, if you do this from scratch, so it takes 2 by 4 months. Because you have also a smart contract, we have to audit them, we have also to test them, we have to deploy them, the same as we do with a central-based business. The next issue what we see here is then the integrating with existing systems and organizations. We have seen a lot of presentations in the last days where you see the chain, where they present, it's easy, yeah, I need the data from the next partner, I need the process from the next one, but in the reality, it is a big, big, big challenge. Why? You have to orchestrate every participant in a blockchain in a DLT project, which you will develop. That means normally we start not as a single company, we start as a consortium, as an interest group. That means you have more than 1 participant. And these participants, they bring different organization levels, they bring different technical levels, and also different business level. And this I have to orchestrate all these people, all this stuff. And that is a huge challenge, and you need a lot of time for this. At the next, you have to build up the network of participants. That means you have to identify and convince them who can help me, who is the best, who is the right one. Also, you have them deploy the infrastructure. In a blockchain, in a DLT infrastructure, every node should run in a separate environment. So I got a chance as a participant that I administrate my node by myself. But that means that I need and I have to build the right skills. I need the DevOps skills, I need the business skills. I need also all this other administration for the deployers and the distributors. And then I have to orchestrate all this network again, and also orchestrate the stakeholders that have the access to this network. Blockchain normally can be very easy in the distributed business. So it can be easy, it can be fast, it can be risk-free, it can be. And it can be also scalable. But for this, we have to organize the right infrastructure environment. And especially in the sustainability field, where we have a lot of communications with different participants and with different, let me say, sources from data, it is very important. So easy and fast and risk-free will be great, but for this, you need and you should think about that if you plan to start to create and develop a blockchain or a DLT-based solution, platform, whatever, then maybe you can use a blockchain as a service or blockchain platform as a service. With this, we can reduce the risk. That means with a platform like this, a blockchain platform as a service, I can select my favorite chain protocol. I choose my favorite cloud provider. I size the technology stack, my resource package, and then I push the enter button, and 5 minutes later, the node where I need is deployed and distributed in the right environment, in the right area. And then you have a clear governance structure for this. That means you can invite the participants very quickly, and then you have the contracts, what you need, because normally if I create a node, maybe on Azure or on Google or on Amazon or whatever, Then I have to create this for every participant. And so you have to ask you, who is leading all that? And with a blockchain platform as a service, for example, you can create here a clear governance structure. Also, the in-house talents you can empower very quickly, because it's also very important that you invite your own skills, your internal skills, and that they participate on an innovation part in your company. We as DXC, we work here with Settlement. This is a blockchain platform as a service. It's a startup which is in Belgium located. Very closely together. And we support this. We support this from the business side. We support this from the infrastructure side. And so we give them the companies who plan to build a blockchain or DLT platform or a project, so we can support them very quickly. So this was my short invitation to give you an overview regarding to a little bit more reality, because this takes time and this takes money. And if you see the presentation on a, let me say, on a higher level, it is great, and I'd be totally happy that we have seen a lot of very good presentations regarding the use case. But please don't forget, we need the infrastructure for all this. So thank you very much.